Mr. Davis. How are things looking now?
I've got a signal, but no trains on the tracks. It must have gone down at the yard.
It was the underground messing with your sensors. I'm thinking, does Roxxon ever use the subway to ship new form?
Roxxon? The subway system was designed to carry people, not freight. This line got some updates when Roxxon Plaza came.
So they could be using it under the table. I'll follow up on it. So, you mentioned your brother. You got other family?
Haven't seen them in a while. I had to make some changes, like taking his job. I miss him, especially my nephew. We used to mix beats together.
Well, maybe now you can see him again. Zen, your family.
Hope so, kid.
Yeah. I should go. Fight underground. Bye.
If you're not aware, that was his uncle he was talking about, Miles Morales, but obviously the uncle doesn't know that he's a new Spider-Man.
Sorry about that.
Alrighty, so in this episode we're going to do the rest of the caches, and after that we're going to continue the main quest line with Harlem trains out of service.
Permiso, Spider-Man coming through.
I don't quite understand what I have to do here.
Christmas is almost here. Must be why I'm so thirsty for eggnog.
I maybe have to whip it to let it stay in place.
Yeah. Fist. Oh, we're doing this? Okay. Keep him on the ground. Lights out. It's the last one. Like the underground's hiding something here.
Spider-Man trying to steal from the underground? I don't think so. Is this gonna work? He's moving! Keep him in the ground!
definitely use this. Way more than you do, Underground.
Damn, right now we have 104 to 5, so we're playing with roughly 100 to 110 FPS in 4K, ray tracing maxed out. It's just the 4090 is bonkers. Again, power limit 65%. I could easily get 10% or more performance out of this, but I don't really like pumping watts into this card. Impressive. It's an impressive architecture, an impressive power efficiency level. I'd have loved to see this in Zen 4 with AMD, but Zen 4 is extremely inefficient. It's just not a good generation. It's a shame. Hopefully with Zen 5 AMD can change that, but I don't have high hopes for that right now. I thought there was some kind of mechanism. I didn't think that we could just bash in this door.
Materials. Probably don't want to know.
I've had enough of being.
So some of the new mechanics, especially in fighting with the Venom abilities, that's fun. So it definitely feels like an upgrade in gameplay compared to the first Spider-Man. Even though I'm not sure of the setting and the villain they're trying to build up. Yeah, let's see how the Blondie will get as a villain. I have no idea why this is not working with the cache.
Feels like everyone in Harlem's staring at me. Like I'm the new kid. Got a couple ideas on how to use this.
Oh!
What should I use this for?
Also, something that I don't like is the music. It's just one track over and over and over and over and over and over again. It just in the beginning it was cool, but now it just gets repetitive and boring. The classic Spider-Man theme is just more interesting.
Let's see what the underground's up to here.
You can't.
What was also definitely improved, the killing animations, trying to incorporate your surroundings into the killing move. I have one of these animations, they got definitely a big upgrade, so that's also nice.
I'm not gonna lie. I love opening my presents early. Sun is nice.
The batteries of the controller are empty. Give me a second, I'm going to find new batteries. I thought the game crashed, but no, it's just the controller. 1 second. You can listen to the wonderful track. There's only one anyway. Found the batteries. I mean, the problem is with the Xbox controller. Where did I put the controller now? Ah, 1 second. I like the fact that if you use a batteries, it will work indefinitely until the controller breaks down. Because with the lithium-ion battery, the battery degrades, of course. But there is one advantage to having a lithium-ion battery. I mean, the dedicated battery pack. The controller will tell you when it's empty. when it's getting low. With ordinary batteries, it doesn't. It just stops working suddenly. So that's a bit of a bummer. I already planned when... I mean, the problem is I also have a second Xbox controller, and I'm not going to buy a new one as long as these two are alive. But if both of them are kaput, if both of them are destroyed, unusable, then I'm going to buy probably the new PlayStation controller, because it has just better haptics. I don't like the button placement, but the secondary trigger with the 2 depth of pressure, it's just... Microsoft disappointed me with their new Xbox controller. So we're probably going that route. And then also, of course, we have a controller that will tell me, battery is getting low, please recharge. So that's nice. Of course, I could also achieve this with a new Xbox controller, or Xbox, with a battery pack, a dedicated one. But if I compare the quality / the features of the new PlayStation controller, it's just the superior product. And I'm not buying a product that I'm not completely behind in terms of what do I get for my money.
I think I could find a better use for this.
Even though, again, I like the button placement of the Xbox controller. I like it more than the PlayStation controller. But the problem is that Sony actually changed / improved their controller, and Microsoft didn't. They basically rebranded their old controller, gave it one new tiny button, and then told people, now give us please 70 euros, because we can. That was a disappointment. I mean, the Xbox One and the new Xbox Series X, it's a beautiful console. It's very strong, powerful, decent. So the console itself is fine, but the controller is just the same one that they already had. They didn't invest any money into creating a better one. That's a disappointment. I mean, I would have loved to see the kind of update that the PlayStation controller got. Better haptics, better vibration, multi-forced / pressured triggers. So depending on how hard you push the button, you're going to get different levels of, well, abilities. You can say, if I press on the button lightly, I want ability A, and if I press on the button hard, I want ability B. So force sensitive, maybe you'd call it, triggers, and it's a beautiful idea. Definitely well done by Sony. So in terms of the controller department, Sony made massive upgrades to the old PlayStation 4 controller, and Microsoft didn't properly upgrade the Xbox One controllers. That's a shame. Microsoft should have done that. And I thought about buying the Xbox Elite controller, but first, there is no new version. It's still the old one from Xbox One times, and the controller itself has massive problems with hardware defects. When you go into the forums, there are thousands of people saying, yeah, the quality is bad. You're going to have to replace a lot of the parts regularly. So I'm not going to spend 150 bucks on a controller that is plagued by hardware problems. So at the end of the day, as I said, when these two controllers that I have break down, which will probably take a couple of years, I'm going to buy a new one. Maybe then we are going to have a new Xbox controller, I don't know. But probably not. I don't think that Microsoft will, for the Xbox refresh, that will probably come somewhere in 2023, 2024, invent us a new, decent Xbox controller, but we'll see what the future holds.
Hey, girl. My apartment doesn't have heat right now.
Stan Lee, what? Dedicated with love to the man who... what is that? Is that nourished? Who nourished the hearts, minds and souls of true believers everywhere. Excelsior! Ugh, Stan. I mean, I kind of like the fact many creators of extraordinary franchises never get to see their dream come true and see their creation getting ultra publicity and results and movies and series, and to see the world appreciate what they have created. And Stan Lee was integral in the creation of the MCU. He found the love of people who began not to only to love his comics but the ideas behind them. The little stories, the little moral stories and principles that he tried to give people, tried to educate people, and also, of course, make them smile, make them enjoy themselves and the stories he created with his colleagues. And it's nice to know that he got to experience all of that. Still, of course, my goodness, Stanley. It's a shame that he died. I mean, I'd say so early, but then again, he was of a certain age. But of course, I would have loved to see him live longer. Well, Excelsior, old friend. He gave me a lot of childhood memories, and I'm very fond of. Alright, there's a cache nearby. Where's the statue? Oh, okay. So west of the Central Park, on the level with his pier here. So if you go one straight line to the Central Park, you're going to find this place. All right.
My apologies.
So where's the cache?
Already got plans for this.
Alright, that's enough of the cheap
This will make something useful. Already getting some ideas.
So, since I'm always saying, oh, open world fatigue, I'm also going to say how you could improve upon this. First, I kind of like the design language, the idea of trying to hide a certain area from the game. But then you'd have to make it more interesting. Place NPCs here, maybe little side quests where you can find them, where you can unlock certain areas. Try to give the player an incentive to come here by also including other maybe experience points, or maybe give him a certain, if you travel from place A to B in less than 2 minutes, you're going to, I don't know, get a new ability or something along the lines of that. Try to make this feel a bit more alive. Give also NPCs here, maybe place someone there. Oh, the door, yeah, I already wondered, blah blah blah, something along the lines of that. Just it feels like just empty, and it's not attractive. It's just open world can be beautiful if well done, but yeah, I'm not sure of all these miniature tasks that it doesn't feel fun. I mean, I just want to do it so we can buy all the upgrades and skills, but That's also my issue with Ubisoft games. It feels like a chore. It's not fun, and that's a problem. I mean, seriously, 35 caches? What the? Who in their right mind believes that to be a good idea? Place 5 caches and get 5 per cache. Just why? You're downgrading an extraordinary game.
Hands off the merchandise, Spider-Man!
Hey, what are y'all hanging around Fisk's tower for?
Keep it grounded! You can't beat all of us! Not alone!
Get through us!
Spider-Man!
Gotta be the last one.
Also, something that open world games can use to make a game extraordinary is let the player explore without pointing a finger. Look, here is something that you can do. I mean, I still remember when in Skyrim there is a little cave that you can only find by exploring, and suddenly you're in this vast, huge area, a mountainous, a titanic city underground in a cave filled with life and side quests, and I was like, what? What did just happen? What did I just find? And experiences like that transform an open world game into something mega beautiful. So you should make it worthwhile, not tell the player, you need to find 72 objects, you need to go there, and then you need to go there, and then there, and then there. That's not nice. That's just not the open world design that players of a game of this caliber deserve. I mean, this game has so many things that are beautiful, and then you come in and have fun with our mighty tasks. Yeah, that's just no from me. Again, why isn't there a hacker maybe? Who's like, who are you? And then you're going to have to convince him to turn to the light side, and you're going to have conversations and side quests, and then you hear, yes, they kidnapped my mother, and I'm working for them, blah, blah. Something along the lines of that. Just make it interesting. Just give it life, give it purpose, not just, oh, look here, destroy the door, push the button, get the chest. That's just, ugh, lame.
The ground don't need this.
I mean, I already noticed in the first Spider-Man, the main quests are usually done beautiful, but the side quests are an absolute joke. I mean, that's just, my goodness, why bother at all? I also read something that's not that cool, that Miles Morales is a short game, less than half the content of the first game, and considering that it costs the same amount of money, that's a massive shame and not a good sign for this franchise. If a sequel is going to cut half the content but still demand the same amount of money, that's a no-go. But we'll see about that one. If the game feels too short or not, we'll see.
More tech parts. Works for me.
Interesting, so we're missing 7 caches, even though there's only 1 missing on the map, so apparently we're going to unlock them later. Anyway, we have skill points 1. What can we get here? Venom stunned enemies knocked into other enemies will transfer their venom stun. That's interesting, but not the game, not the playstyle I'm going for. So our next episode we're going for Harlem Trains Out of Service.